What does it mean to build a brand? What does it mean to have a brand? If you're like me and you live in New York City, you know this is one of the most competitive states out there. So what sets aside your business and makes your business stand out? These are the things that you got to think about when you are beginning and starting your stages in entrepreneurship. When you're first thinking about it, it can be a little overwhelming. It can be frightening. Most people think that they're supposed to start off at the top, and that's not always the right thing to think. You have to focus on starting from the ground and building your way up to the sky. Most companies fail within their first year of being in business, not because of money, but because the business owner is afraid to push and the business owner is afraid of change. Don't focus like that. Be prepared for every change. Be ready for every change. Embrace every change. When you're developing your brand, stand behind every word. I was at a networking event the other day, and a lady said, how does she push her brand and not be afraid to charge? And every fee that you administer to people, they should pay it. Discounts will run your business in the ground. Freebies will run your business in the ground. You should always charge. You should never be afraid to say, this is how much I charge to do business. If you're like me and you're a photographer, you know photography equipment is not cheap. This is why you stand by your brand. Your job as an entrepreneur is to keep your business as your baby. You should always be focused on pushing your business. Always be prepared to have a contingency plan so that if one thing fails, you have a backup plan. If your backup plan fails, you have a backup plan for your backup plan. As the brand owner, reach out, network with other brand owners so that you know what's out there, what to expect, what the competition looks like, and what your friends and allies look like. If you're a person who feels you wear 1,000 hats, maybe it's time to switch up those hats and pass it to somebody else. You know you're up late nights and you're up early mornings, but maybe it's time to push that into the direction of somebody else. Or maybe you should be focusing on getting the extra help so that you can be more productive and more efficient in your brand. Never be afraid to stand by anything that you dictate. Never be afraid to stand by any price that you have. The best thing that can happen is you put your price out there, people respect it, and people look at you as a business owner instead of looking at you as a friend or a family member. Let people know they're not hiring you as your friend, they're hiring you as the business person. And if your friends or your family can't respect that, then they're not the ones you need to be doing business with. You'll always run into these different trials and tribulations that are going to test you as a business owner and test your business. But no matter what, you stand by your brand. If you make a mistake today, you go back and you figure out how do you fix that mistake so that you never make it again. Stand by your brand. Don't back down just because things are getting rough or just because things aren't going the way that you want it to go. Figure out how to get it to go a different way. Stand by your brand. When life puts a stop sign in your road to success, keep going. Don't just stop because things aren't going the way that you want them to go. Stand by your brand. So what does it mean to have a brand and be a brand owner? It means whatever you're willing to do to get the job done, you will do. And anyone who doesn't respect it doesn't work with you. Remember that, and you'll be successful.